Okay, hi guys. You ever have one of those days where fuck all goes right? Just fuck all. Definitely been one of those days. Okay. Uh, I was today trying to showcase, was trying to showcase Skyforge running on my PC, with, if I come to system, I believe it'll be on the About tab. Yes. I was trying to showcase it running on my PC, which is essentially an Xbox One X in performance. You know, got an RX 480 running at 1300 megahertz. This is stock clocks as well, by the way. I come over to gaming and Whatman. I've not done anything with it. See, no overclocking, nothing at all. I've not even optimized the voltage, because I might have accidentally burnt out half of the card, overclocking it a while back. The fan RPM sensor hasn't worked for like 3 months. I don't know whether it's the drivers or whether it's because I accidentally burnt it out. I do know I nearly burnt out my memory though, because I was running it at what, 2050 megahertz for a while, and it was fine. It was fine. It was stable, and then all of a sudden it was just like, no, I'm not. Um, so everything's running at sort of like their base clocks. Anyway, at some point I might. I mean, you know, it's just one of those things when you overclock. But I realised pretty early on, well, not really early on, I guess early on, that when I was trying to show off the difference between the Xbox One version of Skyforge and the PC version of Skyforge, even though I could run the PC version in 4K and I could record it at 4K, the recording would always record at 30 frames per second. There was nothing I could do to improve the record speed, and I don't know why. And I was using ReLive like I am now, which should at the beginning of the recording shown up in the top thingamajiggy corner, in the top corner. I don't know whether it showcases the Radeon overlay. Hopefully it does. But yeah, it shows in the top corner the machine specs. Now I don't believe I can just connect to the Xbox here. I don't believe that I can run have the Radeon overlay in Skyforge on PC, but I do know and obviously I can't do that on the Xbox either, because it doesn't, like, there's no way, like, I can tell how many frames, it would register how many frames are coming from the Xbox, but it wouldn't actually register how many frames. Just turn down my headset. It wouldn't register how many frames are actually coming from the console itself, and because the console's always outputting 60 frames per second, regardless of like how many frames it's actually outputting, it will always be showing 60 frames per second. So the only way to actually tell what the speed actually is would be to go into the game. Oh, look at that latency between the controller. Ooh, being a bit of a bitch at the moment. Oh hey, my daily bonus. Which also means I've got my premium bonus. Right. Oh, if anyone actually plays this game and can tell me how the hell do I get rid of that little present box in the corner? Because I can't figure out how to do it. Because it's supposed to be telling me that I've got like the rewards for logging in. Okay, but you don't need to keep telling me that I've already received it. Anyway, yeah, this is what it looks like on the Xbox One X, which, I mean, I guess it's okay. It's a little more blurred because I'm streaming, and the controller latency is a little more again because I'm streaming. But for the most part, this is basically what it's like on the Xbox. Let's see. Let's go to Acre Island. Yeah, this one's an interesting one. Kind of interesting, anyway. I'd been doing the other three all fucking day with these tests.
Acre Island, inhabited by aggressive flora. Making herbariums is not recommended.
And me being me, I didn't want to sort of go all the way. I didn't want to sort of record a little bit and then sort of drop the missions. I just don't like doing that. Break the infected sprouts. That sounds interesting. And find caches. Yeah, so, I mean, I'm getting more latency than usual. I think part of the latency I'm getting is because it's like prime time. And for some reason, the Xbox, unlike the PC, is actually tied. Like, the frame rate is tied to the network performance. So the higher the latency, well, actually it's like the entire main game loop for some reason is tied to the network performance. So the latency that you're getting, which I think at the moment it feels an awful lot like I'm at like 80. I'm at like 80 milliseconds, which for me is fucking terrible. Absolutely fucking terrible. I mean, I know there's some people who are like, well, you know, I've got I get more than that. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but it's not what I normally get. So okay, I'm going to, oh yeah, let's just right. Where have we got those? Okay. Do I just pick that up? No? Oh, I possibly do. Well, I broke the infected spots, didn't I? I don't know. But I mean, if you notice, the latency is a bit wonky. I'm wondering what, like, is that denoting that it's the other side of this wall? I think that's invisible right there. Okay, so as much as I love this game, because it is fun, and I actually cannot see where the fuck I'm going right now. Okay. Yeah, as much as I love this game, because it is fun, there are issues with it. There are serious fucking issues with it. For one...
Regular warranty maintenance required.
Sounds like it's very close to here. I think it's the other side of the damn wall. Okay. Yeah, as much as I love this game, there are some fucking annoying issues with it. I still don't understand the whole break the infected sprouts infection. That's a new one. I've never actually seen that before. And being that it's a 0%.
The state of the buildings is unsatisfactory. Be careful, unless falling into water is your ultimate goal.
Sending victory data to Divine Observatory.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues with it. Now, for example, like this. The water isn't supposed to look like that. And for some reason the stairs model has disappeared. Which is great. Try and find a way back up. Also, when you come onto this map for the first time, it doesn't let you know... Yep, still completely fucked up. See, the thing that's fucked up is there's supposed to actually be terrain that goes all the way up to the edge. Can I get back onto the map? Yes! Thank you. Oh, I might as well just take it. Yeah. As I noted, like, the performance at the moment is, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great either. Like, this feels an awful lot like it's only 30 frames per second. Which, I mean, I guess it makes sense for the Xbox One. Because the Xbox One, like the S and the... what is it? The One and the S is only like equivalent to a Radeon R7. Like, I want to say... I want to say 460, an RX 460, maybe a 370, something along that line. Like, it's not very powerful at all. But obviously, the One X, which I am playing on right now, it has a graphics processor very similar to my own. So, and I'll showcase this. I know you're close by because you were beeping like fucking crazy. There it is. See? I hate it when they tuck things away. Like, I like the fact that they do tuck things away, but I hate it as well, considering, like, this isn't a game really designed for, what do I do with those? Am I supposed to just destroy them?
Updated instructions. Please refrain from rebooting me until the operation is complete.
Yeah, I'm not 100% on what I'm supposed to be doing with those infected sprouts. It's a damn sight more powerful.
Dangerous fauna detected. Probability of suffering physical damage has increased by 14.7%.
there's... I'm guessing one of these will actually do something. But yeah, I mean, aside from the fact that it ends up running basically
Initializing attack
silent,
protocols.
it's not really... It's not really showcasing maybe I'm supposed to get kills within the radius of it. Oh, okay. Okay, well, that now makes more sense. But that's run out. I need another one. Yeah, I don't like how it doesn't really explain certain things. I was wondering why it was putting an AoE around me. Can I get another... Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm just gonna... There's one. Yep, keep...
Evasive maneuver failed.
Yeah, this is not... Ah, it's a shame that I figured that out, like, right at the end of the fucking map. Maybe the last one will give me that final 20%.
Species of extremely dangerous carnivorous mushrooms have a unique scent. Try to enjoy it before you die a painful and inevitable death.
Yeah, I don't know whether that gave me the final few percentage. I should have been within range of it, and it should have, but who knows? Yeah, so here we are. It was a rather slow, and no, I didn't get it. Damn it. 16 out of 20. God damn. I wish it would tell me like the exact number I need to get rather than like a percentage. Because some it does tell you like you need this many of them. But anyway, yeah. So it's just, I don't know. I love how you can't actually see support down there. Ah. So that's where I'm supposed to actually report bugs. That's good to know. Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't look too bad. The extra effects, these graphic settings don't make any difference. Like, zero fucking difference in performance. The other two that you would think should, but don't, are full screen effects and graphics impact. Although I'm not entirely sure what these two do. Just not sure at all. I can set them back to that, but they really don't do anything. But yeah, so this is what it looks like on the console. I mean, as I said, like it's essentially running on an RX 460, not an RX 480, which is essentially what the Xbox One is. Xbox One X uses. Performance is okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. I'm just gonna check who's online. Peanut and Neo. Fair enough. Yeah, it's okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. I do find the game fun, but there's so many niggles and issues that I have with it. Can I? No, I was trying to do this. Thank you. Yeah, there's so many issues and niggles I have with it that I'm just like, you know. But I'm gonna flip over to the PC version now, and hopefully this will bump me into. I ended up deleting the graphics file settings, so we'll see if this will actually run. Looking for updates. It's the exact same version as the Xbox version, by the way. Exact same. I might have to start a second recording, but it should work just fine. It should. It should record the game just fine. Hopefully the performance has resolved itself. Because for some reason when I switched back, okay, so it gets rid of all of the bloody game settings. Yep. So I have to use the keyboard to begin with. Yeah, when I switch back, for some reason, the game itself was running poorly, and it looks like it's running poorly again. Yay! I was kind of actually just fucking around with that. Wasn't meaning to actually play as it. Can I go to settings? First of all, I want to switch controls. So controls to the wireless controller, if you don't mind. So much better. Right. Yeah, I'm wondering why the latency is so piss poor. I mean, the performance. It shouldn't be. How about if I go into Windows full screen? There we go. Kind of resolved it. It should be running about double that. Okay, so I want to go back to Cryomancer. I'll go through that soon-ish. Oh fuck me! It's actually got the quit button up now. Press escape for quit. Yeah, didn't have that before, you bastard. I just want to check. Yeah, no. Oh, that's actually a really good point. Frame target control. Disable. There we go. And switch back to the game. That might resolve something. I don't know. Oh yay, the Russians are on. I mean, yeah, Russian game, so. But still, God, bloody Russians. Cathedral quest. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to. Let's just throw all my money into this to get me followers. Come on, guys, join my church today. What? Oh. No! Oh, damn it! Yep, and that's what happens when you just plow through it. I don't have any more follower things left. I don't have any of those, so I don't know why it's screaming the Terra knowledge at me. Okay. Press the F button to get my reward. You're supposed to actually be all controller controls now. So if you could actually remember that. No, you're not going to remember that. No, that side of the screen is just going to remain in PC mode. Okay, no, all right, fair enough. Oh my god. This game has been out for so fucking long now. Okay, yeah, so you can tell from here, like, this is actually a higher resolution, because if you noticed on the Xbox, support was off the screen, and I think the Xbox version runs at like 900p.
Reminder. Regular warranty maintenance required.
Which, you know, does make a difference. But
Iana's temple on Alakor Island has long been abandoned, but it pains me to see it fall into enemies' hands. We need to restore order. I'm counting on you.
yeah, I don't know. Like the guys who made this, if I remember, were the same guys who made Aliads, which I was actually quite a big fan of Aliads. It wasn't an amazing MMO, but it was sort of like it was a decent attempt at a World of Warcraft clone that was actually, you know, fun and interesting. Like I think that's the biggest takeaway from it. Like Aliads was interesting. It's the same as, like, I don't know why everyone hated on Knights of the Old Republic when that came out, because I actually really liked Knights of the Old Republic. And the thing was like I've never been a big fan of World of Warcraft. Despite everyone being like, oh my god, it's the holy grail of awesome, which I don't understand why. Like, to me, like, World of Warcraft was always just kind of
panorama.
it was a very shallow experience. It had a really good story, but it was a very, very shallow experience. So all of the entertainment you could get from that game was like, what, from said story. When the story wasn't there, when you were doing sort of like your menial quests, it wasn't very interesting at all. Glacial Fangs. I don't remember what that does, but okay. I wish when you unlocked a new ability, it popped up on the screen with what the fuck it does.
The state of the buildings is unsatisfactory. Be careful unless falling into water
But yeah,
is your ultimate goal.
to me that was the major flaw with World of Warcraft. Was just, it was 90% of it was filler shit. That was just boring as fuck. Now, in this, yeah, you've got a lot of filler shit. In fact, the majority of the game is like filler shit. But the flip side of that is the filler shit is kind of interesting. It's kind of fine because, like, the entire focus is on the story. There's no, like, you're not running around for like 10 minutes to find that one bloody that next boar or whatever the fuck you had to find 20 of or whatever in order to continue on. Rather, like, you get them in groups like that, so you'd be able to kill a lot of them at one time.
Memory space, archiving data.
It's kind of what I enjoy about this game. You know, the filler stuff doesn't feel like it's filler. It feels kind of a bit like spectacle fighter games, like what are they called? My brother really likes them. The Chinese Empire. I'm trying to remember the name of them. Dynasty Warriors? I think that's the name of them. But it feels an awful lot like that. Like 99 Knights, Dynasty Warriors, like those big sort of, here's 1,000 enemies, just mow the fuck through them because you can kill them all in one hit. And I actually really like that. It sort of, it feels more impactful to sort of to be really, really powerful in that way. So you're not, you don't feel underpowered. Where you feel underpowered is in the adventure missions. And I do like the way that, like, as you're going through them, they do scale whether you're playing solo or in a group. So they sort of scale with the number of players that you have. I really like that. In fact, like, that's one of the things that that's one of the things that Star Trek Online was supposed to do. Doesn't fucking work. It really doesn't fucking work. I'd been trying to go through Star Trek Online with a friend a while back, because she was like, oh, I quite like this, you know, being able to fly around in a spaceship and blow things up and whatnot. And the thing was I was trying to go through it with her, and I'm completely maxed out in that game, like beyond maxed out. And the thing is when you get to like level, what is it, 60 or whatever, well, maxing out at that level,
probability of suffering physical damage has increased
going down
by
to level
14.7%.
59. Did I? My bag is full. Full of what? Oh, absolute nonsense. Yeah, going down to level. Oh hey, we're kind of hoping to get that again. Okay, so is it the proper one? Yes! Ah, thank fuck. It teased me with that earlier on. I was like, you son of a bitch. Because it gave me all of the shit that I had from my previous playthrough of this game. And then, like, the next time I logged on, it had taken it all away, and I'm like, you son of a bitch, like, why would you do that? So I had, like, millions of credits, I had, like, so much, like, extra just nonsense to fuck around with. But it took it all away from me when I next logged on. I'm like, oh, just, why would you do that? Because it's basically... The weird thing is, it's kept my character from the last time I played, but it won't let me log on to it. It made me start a new character.
Initializing attack protocols.
Which I don't understand. I really don't understand at all. But I mean, the game's changed a hell of a lot since I last played it anyway. But no, as I said, like in Star Trek Online, like we were playing together, and like the biggest issue was definitely that, in essence, like, even though I was matching, whenever I would match her level, it wouldn't matter. Because it would spawn everything at like level 60 or 70, whatever the fuck I am at the moment. As I said, I've not played in a while, so I don't remember. But it was whatever level that was. And then, like, if you're one level below that, that's basically like... In any other game, that would be like taking on level 30 stuff. Level 60 stuff when you're level 30. Like in any other game, like going from... what, 60 down to down to 59. It's like that big of a fucking leap. So, like, we'd be trying to go through these levels, like level matched and whatnot, and it just wouldn't be working because the instant we'd get into combat would just be insta killed. Like, just the moment would just be insta killed. And I started getting like pretty good at like kiting around, trying to kite the enemies and just being like, look, plink away at them, we'll eventually kill them. But when you've been working on like a level, what should be a level like 15 or 20 enemy, that's that you've been working on with both of you for like an hour, and you're still just barely breaking through its shields every so often. You're just like, nope, fuck it, done. Just fucking done at that point. I'm curious, what is that? Oh, it's the that's the stun, but I don't think it works on the bosses.
Sending victory data to Divine Observatory.
So yeah, I mean the Star Trek Online experience was horrible. And then I tried starting to use the controller on it because they had added controller support because they were going to be releasing for the Xbox. They'd had sort of like sort of quote unquote controller support for a while, but they decided to add controller support officially because like it was coming onto the Xbox. And they'd already started doing it with Neverwinter, and the controller support in Neverwinter was okay, but it wasn't particularly good. Yep. Okay. I can't really see those, but I'm gonna upgrade my Pantheon. Oh yeah, they're upgrading the Pantheon special abilities. And I should now be able to just throw all of that through. Yeah, more powerful. The weird thing is, on the Xbox, you only get this one. There seem to be more allegiances that you can have on the PC. It's Tower of Knowledge and Cathedral, and there's more. Which one? I think it's no. Like for the Cathedral, none of these are available here. The one you have on the Cathedral is this one. So that's all you get, the Cloud City one for both of them. Yeah, it's supposed to go to like the open area, open world zone. This. So yeah, I think I ended up going off on a tangent about MMOs. Yeah, but the controller support in Star Trek Online was just, oh, it was so garbage. It was the biggest load of fucking garbage you've ever seen in your life. And then, like, half the controls don't even fucking work with it, and you have to kind of keep switching back and forth. They also added like in a real-time sort of ARPG mode, which I really liked, but again, like 90% of the controls that you would actually be using commonly were just gone. There was no way to quick select them. Just, oh, Star Trek Online was such a fucking mess. And that's even if you could deal with the fact that basically the entire storyline and everything they did with the Star Trek lore was essentially what you would expect to see on a fucking DeviantArt fanfiction by like a 9-10-year-old, you know, an angsty 9-10-year-old who doesn't have any friends. Like it was that level of just like, fuck me, could you guys actually hire some proper writers? Could you hire some proper fucking level designers? Could you just have something that makes makes sense, because 90% of their stories now are like, let's go back in time to like the old Star Trek. Why? Because that sells more of the old Star Trek. It's just for fuck's sake. I don't know. Ended up bitching a bit more about that than I expected to, but like, yeah, I mean, there's somewhat a method to the fact of like bitching about that. Like on the Xbox One, you're like, the options you have. Okay, so now the parcel box has moved on this one over to here. Yeah, reward for logging in. Yeah, I know, but you don't have to keep telling me. Can I just see? It just shouldn't be there. And if you noticed, now I'm on here. I don't have a quit button. It's just not. It just doesn't exist. Fucking ridiculous. Yeah. But the thing is, if I come back to the Xbox for a moment, I just want to show people this, because this is shocking. Absolutely shocking. So we'll come over to the store. Yeah. We'll go browse games. Oh, everybody's trying to get me to play PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, but the thing is, I've got what is it called? That other thing. That other one that came out. Yeah, that's it. The Battle Night, that Fortnite Battle Royale, which is essentially the same fucking thing. It's just a bit more cartoony. I mean, it's all right. It's not amazing. Hang on. Can I search? Yeah, let's see if I can search for MMO. Okay, so these are the MMOs on the Xbox right now. You've got Neverwinter. Ugh. You've got Trove, which I don't think that was ever finished. It's, if I remember right, the developer just one day simply stopped developing for it on the PC, and then it came out on the Xbox. And it's the same free-to-play stuff, and the Goat Simulator, which, oh my god, I can't believe that meme is still going. Like, yeah, it was a funny YouTube meme when it came out, but for fuck's sake, guys, eventually you have to say, all right, this is stupid. Star Trek Online, I could just bitch all day about the issues. The Crew, I've not played that. Xeno Universe, which I don't think that's technically an MMO. That's more sort of just like a large battle world. It's more like what is it? The Fable 3, where you can jump in and out of people's games. Crossout, that is well, it's kind of open world, but it's more battle run, Skyforge, obviously. And yeah, that's it. That's kind of your lot on the Xbox. And two of these are by Cryptic, and they suck. They fucking suck. You know, the thing that I wish, I wish that I wish that Sony weren't gay. Like, I just wish that Sony wouldn't be gay about allowing cross-platform, because I would love to see like Final Fantasy 14 on the Xbox. It could quite easily run it. It could easily connect to it. I mean, there is already a Windows version. You know, there should have been a 360 version, and there should have been an Xbox One version. but there isn't. So yeah, I don't know. There's not really much in the way of like MMOs. I think Sea of Thieves is technically sort of a kind of MMO, the way that's designed. It's not like a proper MMO, but it's not like just a standard multiplayer game. It's sort of like your world, the world that you have with your friends, so procedurally interacts with the other worlds from other groups of friends. It's I don't know. The way it was described to me was interesting. I'm kind of really looking forward to it. But I mean, the um the closed beta is for like pre-orders isn't for a while now. Let's see if I come into here because they've got the pre-order thing up somewhere. Probably here, right? Oh, why have you got to be so gay? It was somewhere. Hang on. It was on the Xbox store, but whatever. There we go. Sea of Thieves. I bet you like the Xbox. Unlike the Xbox version, it doesn't say. It just says the closed beta. Oh, here it is. A limited time beta for 5 days during January 2018, but they've not sort of pinned down when they're going to have it. But that'll be open to every single everyone who pre-ordered. But there's also a chance to get into the thing. But it's an open world multiplayer Xbox Live present and cloud. That's the two things of it. So like your crew is going to sort of spawn their own island, and they'll have their own like ship or whatnot when you like log on. Then you can go off and do your adventure. But then every other island will be a spawn from another group of pirates, as I understand it, which is kind of cool. And the whole ocean's like endless and procedural. So it's just sort of like it it as I said, it's kind of MMO-ish, but there's no way to sort of always be against the same people because it's procedural, so it's always going to be whoever happens to be, I guess, near you at the time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and that's going to be a fantastic fucking game for the Xbox and Windows. But yeah, there's no reason, as you could see from like the two gameplays I went through. There's distinct differences between the Xbox One version and the PC version when you're running essentially the exact same specifications of Skyforge. So I don't know. Like I think even though they've said, "Oh well, we're not going to be sort of putting in Xbox One enhanced features," I think that's a massive missed opportunity, especially for people with the Xbox One X. But at the same time, at least they could fucking sort of allow it to run in like 1080p at the very least. But with the graphics settings they've got, they could probably run it at like 4K quite easily because it's not on the top settings. It's on medium settings if I remember. So yeah, I don't know. This is It's more ended up being a rant video about various MMOs, really. And it wasn't even a very weighted rant video about it. I just meandered around just the things that piss me off about them. But yeah. Um, until next time, guys, I might make some more sort of, I guess, comparison videos. I'll try and stay more on topic if I do.